Welcome back to JandJPickEm. My name is Josh. Last week I went 7-7, and my overall record's 86-48. Hey, we didn't get double-digit wins last week, but I guarantee you that we're gonna get double-digit wins this week. If we don't get double-digit wins, I'll personally give $50 to someone in the comment section. So make sure you subscribe, like this video, follow our Instagram, because I promise you, we're gonna get double-digit wins, and we're gonna ball out for week 10.
Dang, that's crazy. So make sure you comment down below if you want those $50. My name is Juan. Last week I went 7-7, and my overall record is 86-48. Last week it wasn't a great week, like Josh said, but for sure we will be cashing out.
We will ball out.
And if we don't, Josh will personally give you guys $50.
Yeah.
One of you guys. So make sure to comment down below if you want to win $50.
Hey, let's get into our week 10 picks.
Let's go.
For Thursday Night Football, we got the Raiders versus the Broncos. The Raiders last week almost beat the Jaguars. 2-point conversion. I think it was Brock Bowers was wide open in the touchdown in the end zone. And Geno Smith did what Geno Smith does best. Can't throw a pass, bro. It was horrible. The Raiders, Brock Bowers, best tight end in the league. I don't care what anyone says.
Number one tight end.
3 touchdowns. He made Geno Smith look good. When Brock Bowers is healthy and he's on the field, Geno Smith plays pretty well. And honestly, he only threw 1 interception. He usually throws 7, so he only threw 1. And as for the Broncos, it was a pretty close game against the Texans. I truly thought the Texans were going to win, but CJ Stroud wasn't playing. Bo Nix played decent. The receiving core played horrible. That's why RJ Harvey was their best receiver as a running back. And I actually like how he's progressing on this team. J.K. Dobbins, you know, he's underperforming because RJ Harvey's taking over. Hopefully you have him in fantasy. For this game, as an AFC West person, I hate the Chiefs, I hate the Broncos, I hate the Chargers, but the team I hate the most is the Broncos. But for this game, I got to take the Broncos winning. I hate this pick. I want the Raiders to win, but the Broncos are going to win this game.
Yeah, for this game, you know, the Raiders, they barely lost to the Jaguars, and the Broncos, they barely beat the Texans without CJ Stroud. This game, I feel like, well, we've all seen it. The Broncos have barely beat
any team.
Yeah, they're barely beating these teams in the fourth quarter usually. It's when they come back, and, you know, it's a one-score game. For this one, I think it's a high spread right now.
I think it's 9.5
so
or
for
10.
sure, I would take the Raiders in the spread.
Yeah.
But yeah, for this one, I really want to look. I know
you do.
It sounds like a crazy pick. I want to take the Raiders, but I can't. You know, like at the end of the day, Bo Nix has showed that even if he struggles at the end, he finds a way to win. You know,
don't do it.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Oh my
I call it an upset. Call me crazy. Call me whatever. Bo Nix has not been playing it. Geno Smith is gonna bounce back. I got the Raiders. Let's go.
For Sunday morning, we got a Germany game in Berlin. We got the Falcons versus the Colts. The Falcons last week, they came really short against the Patriots. Their offense looked pretty good towards the second half. Drake London, 3 touchdowns. Michael Penix Jr. was throwing him the ball a lot. And that's what you have to do when you have a number 1 receiver. But they just came up short. Their kicker, Tony Romo's cousin, Parker Romo, whatever his name is, you know, he choked it. He missed that extra point, and they lost. And they had a chance of winning. I think against the Colts, who struggled last week against the Steelers, the Falcons can make this a close game. But the one thing I will say about the Colts, they've been hot this year. Of course, there's going to be a fire extinguisher. They're going to get cold at some point. But this week, they're going to bounce back. And I got the Colts winning for one reason. Sauce Gardner has joined this team. Their defense has him, DeForest Buckner, Zaire Franklin, Latu. Their defense is looking amazing. And Daniel Jones, I know he threw 3 interceptions, had the worst game ever. He looked like Danny Dimes from the New York Giants. And I seen this comment saying, like, he's seen that face before, bro. And, like, once you see Daniel Jones with that face, you know that's New York Giants Daniel Jones. But this is Indiana Jones. He's going to come back, and they're going to win this game. It's an international game. Anything could happen, and the Colts are going to come back and win.
Yeah, for this one, the Colts, you know, it was a horrible loss to the Steelers.
Horrible.
And one thing is, they can't let it get to them, because we've seen teams that, you know, they have a great season, and then one game they lose, and from there that streak continues.
Changes.
But for this one, I mean, Daniel Jones, he, you know, we know how horrible he can play, so it's not like we'll be surprised. But for this one, you know, the Colts. Yeah, for this one, actually, I'm going to take the Colts. The Falcons, I think they got like 6 sacks last week, which is crazy because the Colts need to protect Daniel Jones. That was the whole reason why
he got sacked 5 times last week.
Yeah, he was running for his life. You know, the Steelers defense came to play. Yeah. That's one thing for sure. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, yeah, he played pretty good. But at the end of the day, it was the Steelers defense. Yeah. And for this one, if the Colts want to win, protect protect Daniel Jones.
Easy.
And one thing is, this game is in Germany. I remember, I think last year, the Packers played the Giants in international game.
Yeah.
It was a horrible game. I woke up super early for the Packers to smash, and what happens? Daniel Jones, he tore us apart. For this one, I'm hoping it's not something similar.
Yeah.
But use Jonathan Taylor last week.
Easy, yeah.
Bro. He should be able to bounce back.
Yep.
For this one, look, the Falcons, they're a great team, but I don't have high expectations for them. I don't believe in that team yet.
Yeah.
Michael Penix has to show me a little more, and this team has to be more consistent. For this one, I have the Colts.
Yes, sir. For our next matchup, we got the Browns versus the Jets. The Jets are down bad right now. They're rebuilding. We just seen them trade their two all-pro players. They traded Sauce Gardner, Quinnen Williams, and Brees Hall. You got to free him until his back hurts. That man is... I feel bad for him. He lost all his boys. And as for the Browns, coming off a bye week, they're looking a lot more healthy. Myles Garrett before the bye week had 5 sacks. Dylan Gabriel, he's not playing amazing, but you could tell he's looking more comfortable as a rookie. And Shador, I'm sorry, I don't know if you're going to come back anytime soon if he keeps winning. And you know what? The Browns in this position, I feel like defensively they're going to play a lot better, and their defense is going to win them this game, especially since the Jets offensively haven't been great. I think you mentioned Garrett Wilson might come back this game. He has a really good chance. And if that's the case, that's a huge upgrade for the Jets. And the Jets defensively, they're going to have a hard time stopping the Browns. But I will say this, the Browns have a tendency of getting sacked, throwing turnovers, and even if they're playing a bad defense. But for this game, just because the Jets have lost so many players, I got the Browns winning this matchup.
Yeah, for this one, 2 of the worst franchises in the NFL. If you've been watching football for a while, you probably haven't seen these teams win much.
Yeah.
For this one, I don't know. You said Tyrod Taylor is still not decided of who's going to start. It's going to be Tyrod Taylor, Justin Fields. For this one, if it's Tyrod Taylor, it's a 50-50 with whoever starts. But I think I like Justin Fields more. He's more of a... I just like more of a quarterback. Tyrod Taylor's too many interceptions, You don't win games like that. For the Browns, though, their offense isn't so great.
That's true.
Both offenses suck. But one thing is the Browns do have a defense.
Yeah.
And if the Jets can't score on that defense, then, they're not going to win. And I think that's the main reason why I'm going to go with the Browns. I think, and honestly, their offense is, they're getting a little better.
Yeah.
He's a rookie quarterback, but with time, a couple games in, you become, you get that momentum.
Yeah.
You become more comfortable with your players. And, for this one, we both got the Browns.
Yes, sir. For our next matchup, we got the Saints versus the Panthers. How about them Panthers beating the Packers last week?
Don't talk about it.
Hey, bro, that was a crazy game. I will say this, though. Bryce Young, he didn't look amazing, but it was their run game. Rico Dowdle is taking over this backfield. Chuba Hubbard, you don't have a job no more. Good luck. Go find a job somewhere else. But Rico's taking over. Rico Suave, man, he's doing amazing. Ted McMillan, I feel like whenever he wants, he can turn up. Bryce Young just has to find a way to throw the ball downfield and just feed him. As for the Saints, Tyler Shook, I told you guys, rookie quarterback. He didn't look good in the draft or in the combine. Horrible player, and he's not good. Like, he's trash. He's probably the worst quarterback in the league. I'm straight up hating right now. But the Saints just lost Rashid Shaheed. He went to the Seahawks. The only guy there is Chris Olave.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be able to give the ball a lot. And Alvin Kamara, what are you doing? One of my favorite players. I love him as a running back. But this season, you have been very slow and just straight up trash,
Time to
man.
retire. You've been drafting him for the, past 30 years?
My fantasy team has been down bad. But for this game, give me the home team. Give me the Carolina Panthers. Give me Bryce Young. And Rico Dowdle's going to have an amazing game again. And I do not trust Tyler Shook at all. So give me the Panthers winning.
Yeah, for this game, I feel like it seems pretty obvious. Look, I feel like if there's someone that says, why did you go with the Panthers and they lose?
Yeah.
Bro, come on. There's nothing there's nothing good for the Saints.
Yep.
Like you said, they lost Shaheed, who was their number one receiver there. For this one, give me the Panthers. They just smacked the Packers, which, was a horrible loss for the Packers. But yeah, I feel like Bryce Young, he didn't look, what? For this game, I think it's going to go down to Rico Dowdle.
Yeah,
you know
easily.
why? Because Kyron Williams went off last week. Kyron Williams has been trash all season. And he went off against the Saints. He put up over 100 yards.
Yes.
And he got a touchdown. Give me Rico Dowdle over on anything on this.
Yep.
I think Rico Dowdle is basically going to be... And that's basically how they won against the Packers.
Yeah,
Bryce Young didn't do anything at all.
Yeah.
He literally
Game manager.
The Packers lost because we couldn't stop the run. Rico Dowdle was running all over us, and that's exactly what's going to happen in this game. Bryce Young, we say he's not a great quarterback. He has his times, but he hasn't proved that he's like, that number one quarterback or a top 5 quarterback, something like that, For the Saints, rookie quarterback. We hate rookie quarterback. Well, no, we don't hate him, but we know they don't perform good. Especially, like we said, he was already back up to,
Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler. So that's healthy enough. For this one, cash out with the Panthers.
Yes, sir.
Look, there's no way, unless the NFL's rigged, then take the Saints if you believe that. But for this one, we'll both cash out with the Panthers.
For our next matchup, we got the Patriots versus the Bucks. 2 teams with really great quarterbacks. Drake May and Baker Mayfield have been doing really amazing. The key factor for this game, though, is the Bucks. They're coming off a bye week, so hopefully they're a lot more healthy. I know Mike Evans isn't going to play. Bucky Irving's questionable. I don't know if he's going to play, but if he doesn't, Rashard White is still there, and he's serviceable. He's been doing pretty good, especially in the receiving game. I feel like he's able to get them check down passes and go for really long yards. And Baker Mayfield, he's playing like an MVP. He's playing amazing, so I expect him to throw the ball a lot, and I also expect Drake May to throw the ball a lot. Stephon Diggs went for a touchdown last week. DeMario Douglas looked amazing. He also scored a touchdown. So this game's going to be a shootout, in my opinion. And both teams have really good defenses, but the Patriots last week against the Falcons let Drake London get 3 touchdowns. The Buccaneers, the week before the bye week, they play the Saints, put up a lot of I think they scored a touchdown, actually.
Yeah.
They did pretty good. But for this game, I've been riding with the Patriots all year long. Give me the Patriots for this matchup. I know that's probably a dumb pick to a lot of people because the Bucks are the Bucks. They got Baker Mayfield. Yeah. But I love how the Patriots offense is playing. And I feel like Travion Henderson is finally going to have a good game. And the Patriots are going to win this matchup.
Yeah, for this one, these are 2 really great teams. And honestly, I didn't think these teams were going to perform as good as they are right now.
I know.
Both teams, Patriots, AFC, second place. Buccaneers and the NFC are in second place. Sheesh. So these teams basically want to, stay competitive. They're chasing that first round pick, or not the first round pick, my bad, that bye week.
Yeah.
And, bro, right now they're at a moment where it's kind of win and hold on to that position. And for this one, the Patriots, they've been balling out. And so has Baker Mayfield. I feel like this might be game of the week. For me, I think this is game of the week for sure. I don't know who to pick, but for this one, I'm going to go with my guy, Baker Mayfield. Sheesh. He hasn't let me down when I chose him. I've been pretty confident with them a couple times.
That's your guy.
But I am nervous because I know they are hurt. So, it is a risk at the end of the day. But, bro, it's Baker Mayfield. He's been balling out. He's been finding ways to win. And the Patriots, last week to the Falcons, they did a little
I know.
A little rough,
they almost choked.
And I think this is the game where, the Patriots, they've been having a great season. And, just like the Colts had that bad game, I think this is a bad game. I think the Buccaneers defense steps up, and I think they beat the Patriots.
Hey, this is going to be a great game. For our next matchup, we got the Ravens versus the Vikings. Both teams who wear purple. It's going to be the purple monster game. Lamar Jackson, 4 touchdowns last time he played. And Derrick Henry, I told you guys he was going to have a great game, and he had an amazing game. Mark Andrews, too, out of nowhere, rose from the dead, scored a couple touchdowns. As for the Vikings, they played a lot better without Carson Wentz. JJ McCarthy came out there, played pretty well. I will say, though, 5 sacks, he didn't do too well. His offensive line didn't protect them. But he was able to give Justin Jefferson the ball. And Aaron Jones looked decent. He had over 70 yards last game. But for this game, I'm going to take Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. I feel like defensively, even though they lost Jair Alexander, they still have Kyle Hamilton and Marlon Humphrey still there. And their secondary is decent. They haven't been doing good this whole season.
Nah, their defense is trash.
I know, it is. But last game, they did enough to beat the Dolphins. I know it's the Dolphins, but I feel like this week they're going to do the same thing, and they're going to beat the Vikings.
Yeah, for this one, like you were saying, their defense is... for me, I would say their defense is trash.
It is.
But they find a way to win. I feel like this team, momentum, we've talked about it before. Momentum is real. And this team, they're on a two-win game streak.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson needs to win. They want to be this is the season, the time of the season where things get serious. If you want to make a playoff run, right now is the time.
Yes.
And Lamar, look, he came back. He had an amazing game.
4 touchdowns. That's a lot.
Derrick Henry went off too. Look, this team is literally set up for success right now. For the Vikings, they had a great game, but I don't know, it
was a division match. Those games go it's weird.
JJ McCarthy, he has those good games and then he has those bad games. So I'm not sure exactly where he's at right now. but I think this is gonna be a close game where I think it's gonna be a close game. But another reason why I'm going with the Lamar Jackson is because of his amazing record against NFC teams.
Crazy.
I know I did that early in the season and it backfired. But for this one, I think they bounce back. I think Lamar Jackson, he's excited. You know, he's fresh.
He's a good quarterback.
For this one, give us both Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
I will say one thing. The Ravens' schedule coming up is super easy, so don't be surprised if the Ravens make a run.
Hey, it starts here.
Next up, we have a divisional matchup. We got the Bills versus the Dolphins. Tua, turn of the ball over, isn't playing good. He's playing horrible. It's not even funny no more. I feel bad for the guy. He has to get help or something. The head coach is actually thinking of starting Quinn Ewers. He said, at some point, it's possible. But obviously, Tua's going to play this game. We know that sometimes he has great games, but you're playing the Bills. He's not going to do great this game.
Yeah. The last time they played, he kind of had a...
the last time, it was a decent game. It was... 10-point deficit, I think, but it was one possession for a couple times.
Yeah.
But for this game, it ain't gonna be one possession. Give me the Buffalo Bills. They just beat the Chiefs, who we thought were gonna beat the Bills.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen, the regular season is amazing. The playoffs too, until he plays the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But James Cook is there, and then Dalton Kincaid or Shakir. One of them is gonna be the guy. And Josh Allen is having an MVP season now because he's playing really good. And the Dolphins, I don't want to say much. We already know their offense, and we know how sometimes they could score, but they're not scoring against the Bills. There's going to be a blowout, a bloodbath. They're going to lose by 36 points. Final score is going to be 39-3. That's my crazy prediction. Buffalo Bills win.
Yeah, for this one, the NFL's been a little confusing, a couple weeks ago, the Dolphins, had a close game with the Bills.
Yeah.
And then, the Dolphins just got smacked by the Ravens, which the Bills smacked the Ravens week 1. So,
you're right.
If everything adds up, my calculations are adding up, then that means the Bills should win, right?
Yeah.
Now, but for this one, the NFL's been so confusing, one time, 1 week they're balling out, and all of a sudden they can't do anything.
It's weird.
But for this one, give James Cook the ball. I don't care. Josh Allen, you don't got to do anything. Just hand him the ball, and he'll easily win you the game.
It's true.
Derrick Henry, that's kind of what, he balled out last week with the Ravens. This week, James Cook is going to be cooking. For the Dolphins, we always say there's nothing good to say. This team beats themselves. As long as the Bills don't beat themselves, the Bills will do it. The Dolphins will beat themselves up.
It's crazy.
The coaching sucks. Everything sucks about them. We're saying Jalen Waddle should have probably got traded because this team does not have a future. I feel like Tua was good when he had his whole complete team. Tyreek Hill, because other than that, this guy can't do anything.
It's the hits to the head, bro.
Yeah, he had
It has to, right?
I think that's what it is. He's trying to call. He's trying to call plays. He don't know what he's trying to call. The defense, the coach don't know what he's trying to call. This guy needs to retire. Tua, get out of here. This guy. It's not fun watching the Dolphins
we're just
anymore.
bashing on Tua today, but
we're done with that.
We got the Bills.
Look, all we got to say is there's nothing good to say about the Dolphins. As much as you try to say, oh, Tua, he's going to ball out this week. Bro, we don't know that. It's a random game where all of a sudden he has a great game. Well, once every week when he remembers he plays for the NFL, for the Miami Dolphins. This week, I don't think he's...
Right. All right, we got the Bills. The Bills are winning this game. Next up, we got the Giants versus the Bears. Game of the mids. Two mediocre teams. The Giants last week against the 49ers?
Yeah.
They didn't play too well, but I will say this. I like Jackson Dart.
Yep.
He extends plays. That's why you've seen him score a rushing touchdown, and he throws the ball a lot. And the only thing is he has no receivers. After losing Malik Neighbors, he has no one. Darius Slayton has to lead the team in receiving, and their rushing game has been horrible. No Cam Scatterbo. That's a big problem. As for the Bears, oh my gosh, bro. Caleb Williams turned into him. Dude, that game was crazy. I never thought that game against the Bengals would be like that. Two teams who scored over 40 points. I think 89 combined points. It was crazy. And, dude, DeAndre Swift, no problem. You got Monongai. He had 176 rushing yards.
Yeah.
And the receiving core, who would have thought Loveland would have had the best game of the season now? And he had 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards, played amazing. I don't know if he's going to continue doing that, but I will say this. Odunze, 0, bruh. 0 targets, 0 catches, 0 yards. I need him to step up. I may or may not have him in my fantasy team. That's why I want to do good. But hey, it's crazy. They didn't need him, and they still won the game. For this game, the Bears will always be the Bears. But give me the Bears winning this matchup. They're playing at Soldier Field. They're playing at their home. I feel like they play pretty good at home. And Caleb Williams, he's inconsistent. So this is probably going to be a bad game for him. But I feel like they're still going to find a way to win. And I got them beating the G-Men.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? 2 weeks, I said, Caleb Williams finally looking nice. And then he had a horrible game. And last week I was like, you know what? I'm done with him, Like all that good stuff, I praised him, And then all of a sudden he had a horrible game. I'm like, I'm done with them. And all of a sudden, what does he do? He balls out. Look, I bet on the Bears, and what happens? The Bears suck. Caleb Williams plays like trash. Whenever I don't bet on the Bears and I go with the opposite team, Caleb Williams has a career game. It's like this guy goes on JandJPickEm, says, "Oh, okay, what's he gonna say about me this week?" Because he's not getting it.
He watches our videos for sure.
Yeah, hey, NFL gotta check him out.
Hey, Caleb, hit us up, bro.
Hey, Caleb Williams hit the under this and no, for this one. Look, the Bears, like you said, the Bears will be the Bears, but there's one thing, the NFC North is stacked. They're full of great teams.
That's true.
And the Bears are in that division. For this one, Jackson Dart, look,
I don't know who you're going to go with. This is interesting.
I haven't told Josh, I'm still a little confused on who I want to go with, because Jackson Dart, like you said, he's able to extend plays, and that's exactly what you need. But you know what? Yeah. As much as I hate the Bears, I'm going to have to go with them.
Breaking news,
yeah,
bro.
Breaking news. Hey, every time I bet on the Bears, the opposite happens. So if you believe in those type of things, then, go with the Giants.
Might win.
But, yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, the Bears, they have a great game. They do lead in turnovers in the season. They've been doing pretty good in that. But Jackson Dart, we don't know how he's going to play, if he's just going to have a great game. But like you said, he's missing too many pieces. Yeah, and that's the main reason why you can't really go with them. Scatterboo, Neighbors, and the other receiver.
I forgot.
Oh, no, never mind. He's still there. But yeah, I feel like there's just too many missing pieces for this team. And yeah, Scatterboo getting injured definitely hurt this team. Yeah. If he was still here, this would have been a way different game. I for sure would have been going with the Giants. But for now, yes. Yeah, Jackson Dart, he's still struggling. He's not struggling, but he's a rookie. He's going to struggle. Yeah, we got the Bears.
The Bears. For our next matchup, we got the Jaguars versus the Texans. The Texans, dude, I thought they were going to beat the Broncos last week, but
honestly, they should have.
They should have, but C.J. Stroud was out, concussion, and he's going to be out this week too. He has a concussion. Yeah. They usually give him a 1 week break, and David Mills is going to play. He didn't score a touchdown, but he was moving the ball, except in the fourth quarter. They had so many chances to win that game. The Broncos kept turning over the ball on downs. They couldn't convert on third down. And honestly, this is going to be a tough matchup. I will say this about the Jaguars, though. They struggled against the Raiders a little bit. That's all I got to say. Brock Bowers scored 3 touchdowns. Genty scored 1 touchdown. And if you make Geno Smith look like a good quarterback, your defense is trash. But you know what's crazy? They actually have a good defense this year, and that's why they have a good record. But I don't know. It's a division game. These two teams play every week somehow.
It's basically, do you trust Trevor Lawrence to actually, come out and put up points? Or do you trust the Texans quarterback
Mills,
to try to put up points? Because he didn't put up any touchdowns, so it was just straight field goals.
In terms of injuries, Brian Thomas Jr. is dealing with a ankle sprain. He might not play. Yeah. Jacoby Myers just got traded to the Jaguars. That's a huge upgrade for them. And, Trevor Lawrence, he has a tendency of not feeding his guys. So for that reason, I've been taking Houston every week. They've been letting me down, but give me H-Town. Give me the Texans. I don't care if C.J. Stroud ain't playing. I know David Mills is playing, but I'll tell you this. As long as Nico Collins is there, Nick Chubb, Woody Marks, the Texans have a chance to win, and their defense at home plays pretty good. Give me the Texans.
Yeah, for this one, look, it's a hard matchup,
It's a hard matchup.
The Jaguars, they got Trevor Lawrence, who's sorry. This guy can't do anything. Now, he has some gates, but yeah, I don't know if I can trust this quarterback from the Texans to come out and actually put up touchdowns.
Yeah, he's not that great.
No matter how much smack I talk about Trevor Lawrence, he can put up touchdowns, and he's going to do that. And, even if Brian Thomas doesn't play, who's that guy, Washington?
Oh, Washington.
Bro, that guy, every game, have you noticed? He keeps getting better and better, more yards, He's becoming that not wide receiver 1, but he's becoming a
good role.
Yeah, a good role in that offense. For this one, Brian Thomas doesn't play. I'm I'm not giving the Jaguars a chance, but if he does play, I think it comes close. But at the end of the day, I don't do this often, but I'm going with H-Town. I know we got a lot of Texans fans because they'll be commenting. Yeah. Let's go, H-Town, don't let me down. We're catching out with you guys this week.
Houston's turning up this weekend. For our next matchup, we got the Cardinals versus the Seahawks. This is a division matchup. I think this will be a pretty good matchup. Jacoby Brissett, he's doing a lot better than Kyler Murray, which is crazy. Yeah. The thing I love about him is he feeds his guys. He gives the best receivers in his team.
And he can look over the O-line, too.
Yeah, I know. He's taller than 5'10", so that's pretty good, in my opinion. Yep. So Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison Jr. are doing pretty good. I know Marvin Harrison Jr.'s dad is like, oh, my gosh, you finally have a quarterback son. You could finally do good.
You'll finally get a gold jacket just like me.
And that's why they beat the Cowboys last week. Their offense was doing amazing, and they're playing a really bad defense. But the Seahawks, that ain't a bad defense. You know, their defensive line, Leonard Williams, and everyone else is doing pretty good. And offensively, Sam Darnold, he proved me wrong this year. Last year, he had an amazing season with the Vikings, and I was like, you know what? He's not going to replicate that. But he's been doing pretty good. Yeah. He's been doing the same exact thing. And JSN, best receiver in the league in terms of receiving yards. He's doing amazing, and I love this offense. And for that reason, give me the Seattle Seahawks and win this game. I know a lot of people are saying Jacoby Brissett's doing really well. He won against the Cowboys, which is a decent team. Yeah. And they're saying he's going to do well again.
Hey, and their defense did shut down that
Cowboys offense. Which is pretty good. And, you know, Dak's been throwing the ball a lot this season. And I will say this. Quarterbacks who come in a system for the first time, they can win a few games, but remember, they always have bad weeks too. Yeah. We've been seeing it with a lot of quarterbacks, like Jameis Winston has done that before, Russell Wilson has done that before, and I think Jacoby Brissett's going to do that this week, and the Seahawks are going to win.
Yeah, for this one, it's a division matchup. What is the NFC West?
AFC West. Oh, NFC West.
Yeah, NFC West. The number one team, the Seahawks versus the fourth place team, the Arizona Cardinals. Division matchup, you know, it's a great matchup. I'm not gonna lie. Even though the Cardinals are in last place, they've been balling out. They've been doing decent. Has been doing pretty good. The defense, you know, their defense. The Cardinals beat, or they beat the Cowboys, but they almost beat the Packers.
You're right.
They had a really great game.
It was only a 3-point game, right?
Yeah. So. You can't count out the Cardinals right now, especially without Kyler Murray. They're having way more better games.
It's crazy.
And honestly, I'm happy that Kyler Murray's finally out of there, and we're actually seeing a real quarterback. You know, no, I'm not gonna lie. This quarterback, Jacoby Brissett, he's been playing pretty good. You know,
he has.
I thought he was gonna come in and play like a backup quarterback, but this guy took the starting spot from Kyler Murray. For the Seahawks, Sam Darnold. I've been saying this all season. He's just been doing way too good. And give this guy some time. This guy's going to find who? JSN.
Yep.
Wide receiver one. Bro, if you have JSN right now in your fantasy football, you're most likely first place. There's like no way. But yeah, overall, the Seahawks they're a way better team right now. Yeah. And, I would say it could be a close game. I would not be surprised if the Cardinals win this at all. It's a division matchup, and the Cardinals been balling out. But at the end of the day, give me Sam Darnold. He's been playing way too good. He's going to find time. He's going to get his ball to his receivers, and he's going to get the win.
One more thing. Rashid Shaheed joined the Seahawks, so maybe he might do something. So we got the Seahawks winning. It should be a great game.
Hey, Rashid Shaheed, look, this guy's he has great games, so this is a huge improvement. Never mind. Give me Seahawks smashing.
Yeah. For our next matchup, we got the Lions versus the Commanders. Last playoffs, this was a pretty good game, but it ain't the last playoffs. This time, we got Jaden Daniels, who's not playing. He got injured. You know, it reminded like a Navarro Bowman injury. Like, horrible. It wasn't his leg, it was his arm, though. It was horrible injury. And the Commanders, no receivers. I know they got Debo, and McLaurin's, like, never playing anymore. I don't know what's happening with him. And then, dude, everyone thought Ja'Cory Crossgate-Merritt was going to be the next big thing. Like, he was going to be the best running back. And he's not even, like, they're splitting carries with, like, 3 different running backs. As for the Lions, they lost to the Vikings. And a lot of people are overreacting. But at the end of the day, it's the Lions. Yeah. Like, Laporta scored a touchdown. Amon St. Brown had over 90 yards. Who else? Jamison Williams had a touchdown. But the one thing I will say that was kind of scary, the running game was trashed.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've seen Jahmyr Gibbs have, like, a really, really bad game. But it's crazy. Everyone's injured on the Commanders. Jahmyr Gibbs ain't having a bad game this week. Give me the Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs. They're gonna have an amazing season or an amazing game and an amazing season too. And the Commanders, too many injuries. They're just not looking good at all. Luke McCaffrey also he's out for the season. He didn't do much for the Commanders, but that's another receiver that you're missing. And honestly, it's gonna be a blowout. Easy game. Give me the Lions.
Yeah, for this one, I know you were talking about that injury. You said it reminded you of. I don't know if you've seen this, but RG3 had the exact same injury. No, not the exact same injury, but he got injured against the Seahawks as well. I think they were getting blown out as well.
Crazy.
In the same area as it was like in the
close to the end zone, right? Yeah.
Well, not red zone, but in their own end zone. Yeah. That's crazy coincidence. Horrible injury for Jaden Daniels.
That's wild.
But for this one, honestly, Mariota, I feel like he's been, he's not horrible, but I feel like he's been, like, this is my take. I feel like Mariota has a chance of putting up a good game. The Lions, they're an amazing team, but at the end of the day, the Lions are going to try to get comeback or payback from that game from the playoffs. They're going to smash Campbell. Bro, this guy, he wants to, or not that he wants to, but after losing to the Commanders where he was supposed to, smack the Commanders and he ends up...
It's a revenge game for sure.
Yeah, this is a revenge game. Jahmyr Gibbs, 6 yards. No, that's not going to happen. He's going to go off. I think this is like the same Lions team, they had last year in the playoffs. Yeah. So a lot of them, they're... it's something where you kind of remember, you're like, oh, this team smacked us. Like, we're not going to let that happen one more time. And the Commanders, like you said, they're beat Deebo Samuel.
Everyone's injured.
And I think, they have the oldest roster in the NFL as well.
That's wild.
Deebo Samuel might be retiring. Just kidding. No, but yeah, the Commanders are just, they're too beat. They're too, it's just too much for them. The Lions, they just got smacked, we always say. Well, they didn't get smacked, but they lost. And we always say, when it's a loss like that, they end up coming back and bouncing back, and they end up getting the win. We both got the Lions.
Let me say two things really quick. The Lions, revenge game. And lastly, the Lions, after a loss, they're so good against the spread. So I'll probably take the spread for the Lions for this game too. For our next matchup, we have a really good divisional matchup. We got the Rams versus the Niners. Every time they play, it's a blockbuster game. You got to get your popcorn. I love when they play each other. It's always like a one-possession game. Last time they played, the Niners only won by 3 points. It was a one-possession game. Yeah. And, dude, I remember Kyron Williams fumbling at the end zone, choking the game for them. That was an amazing game. And those are the type of games we see with these two teams. It's amazing. I already know this game's going to be such a great game, too. Puka's probably not going to play, so it's Devontae Adams. It's his team to lead. And you know what? Matthew Stafford gives him the ball a lot. Matthew Stafford last game, 4 touchdowns, played amazing. Kyron Williams played really good. As for the Niners, Christian McCaffrey is carrying this team. I thought he was going to get injured at some point, but you know what? He did a little voodoo spell. He made everyone get injured. So
He's sacrificing everyone.
He's sacrificing everyone. Mikal Williams, their rookie defensive tackle or DN, just torn his ACL too. He's out for the season.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's 3 players tearing their ACL for their defense. Yeah. The Niners defense is weak right now. And we've seen the Rams smoke the Saints. The Saints struggled. Yeah. And if the Saints have a bad defense, the Niners have a bad defense too. For that reason, give me the Rams winning this game. And it's going to be a blowout. Devontae Adams and Kyron Williams are going to have a field day. Yeah,
the Rams, they've been blowing out teams. I think they started off with the Ravens, like 17-6 or something. And then they smacked the Jaguars and then the Saints.
Yep.
Bro, they're not just beating these teams,
Yeah.
And they're horrible teams. They're blowing them out exactly how we expect, Sometimes it's a great team faces up against a horrible team.
Yeah.
And, they put up a great matchup. Kind of like the Packers, The Packers are a great team. Faced up against the Panthers. And what happened?
Yeah.
They got smacked,
You're right.
Yeah, for this one, it's a hard matchup. Look,
don't do it, bro.
I've been doing this the whole video.
Don't do it.
There's a lot of upsets this week. Well, that's what I think. There's gonna be a lot of upsets. No, you know what? Look, the Rams, they don't have Puka Nacua, which is wide receiver 1. This is basically the guy that carries the whole team. Devontae Adams, he's a beast, but I don't think he can carry what Puka Nacua can carry. For this one, the Rams are coming to the Bay Area. Give me the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh my God.
Niner fans, Bang. Play. Niner fans, you guys better not let me down with this one. If you guys think I'm crazy with this pick, let me know and I'll switch it. But this one is a pick that I might switch, so make sure to follow us on Instagram, JandJPickEm. That's where we post any changes due to any injuries or, just we end up feeling a little different about our pick. But for this one, for now, I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers. Not Brock Purdy. Actually, Brock Purdy might play. He's most likely not going to. But Mac Jones, I don't know what it is about this Niners team. He's been doing good. I think it's the coaches. They're just so amazing. They find a way to win. They can have the most hurt team. Well, they already have the most hurt team. And they're still beating these teams. Like, come on. Like, what's even going on? Yeah. I have my respect for those Niners coaches. As a Packers fan, they beat us a lot. But Christian McCaffrey, this is the guy that has to, Christian McCaffrey's gonna be the way that you beat the Rams. If you get him going early, then they should get the win. But Puka Nacua not showing up is the reason why the Rams are not gonna win.
Give me the crazy. Niners. Let us know who you guys think is gonna win this matchup. For our next matchup, actually for Sunday Night Football, we got the Steelers versus the Chargers. This is going to be a great matchup. The one thing about the Chargers right now, though, is we know that Rashawn Slater was out for the season. Now Joel Alt is out for the season too, but they did sign Penning. I forgot what team he's coming from, but he's a really good lineman, so that should help him out in the line because they need a lot of help. Yep. And the thing about the Chargers is it seemed like they kind of were struggling against the Titans. It was pretty close, but at the end of the day, Justin Herbert's going to throw that ball, and he's going to feed his receivers. Quentin Johnson got a touchdown. Ladd McConkey did decent. Gadskin, the tight end. Justin Herbert loves this guy so much, and he gives him the ball a lot. The one thing is, though, the run game is weird. Like, Omari Hampton isn't going to come back anytime soon. Maybe he'll come back in a couple weeks, but till then, Vidal's going to be the starter, and Patrick Patterson, I believe that's his first name. He did okay. But the Steelers, their defense is amazing. Yeah. They're going to stop this team. We seen it last week against the Colts. They stopped basically the number one offense, right? Jonathan Taylor was balling out. Daniel Jones threw a bunch of picks. It only
makes sense for them to be able to stop.
Right? Yeah. And they didn't do anything crazy offensively. Jalen Warren got 2 touchdowns, but he didn't get that many yards. And Aaron Rodgers didn't have a great game. It was their defense that won that game. For this game, though, the Steelers, they have a really great defense. But give me the Chargers to win this game. I really want to go with the Steelers, but the reason I'm going with the Chargers is because they're going to throw the ball a lot. And the Steelers defense, sure, it's good, but is their offense going to keep up with Justin Herbert? I don't think so. I think Justin Herbert's going to he's going to throw a lot more yards than them. He's going to throw a bunch of touchdowns. And even though their line is weak, I think they're still going to be able to hold the pressure from TJ Watt, and they're going to end up winning this game.
Yeah, Josh, you just went with the team that struggled against the worst team in the AFC.
I know.
And you're going up against a team that just beat the best team in the AFC.
The Colts, yeah.
For this one, give me the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Sure.
Aaron Rodgers, we've been saying this. He's a little washed, Yeah. But that doesn't matter when you got that defense putting pressure on Justin Herbert. Yep. Justin Herbert last week was struggling against that Titans defense. I don't know how. Or actually, that defense been getting to the quarterback for a while, but I think they got how many, 6 sacks or something?
6, 7.
I don't know. It was a high amount of sacks. Yeah. You cannot let that happen against the Steelers. So the Steelers, if their defense gets hot, we already know what's going to happen. Last week, their special teams even put up points. And if you get to that point, it's not going to go good. For this one, I think the Chargers, the way they win is if Justin Herbert finds a way to get rid of the ball a little faster. He has the receivers for it. Quentin Johnson, McConkey, and the other receivers as well.
Keenan Allen is there.
Oh, yeah, Keenan Allen. Yeah. But for this one, look, I want to go with the Chargers because I know Justin Herbert, I think the Chargers have a better offense, but I think the Steelers have a better defense. Yeah. And I think if they're able to, the Steelers are able to not stop, but, limit Justin Herbert and, kind of force him to, force those turnovers, then the Steelers, that's when they take over. I agree. Aaron Rodgers, off a turnover, this guy's going to come and score, he's going to put up points. For this one, look, I'm not 100% sure, but for this one, give me the Steelers. It's a hard pick just because that's, I think we both know the Chargers, their offense is really great. If Justin Herbert gets hot, he can have an amazing game. But for this one, give me the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hey, this is going to be a good Sunday Night Football game. Let us know who you think is going to win this matchup.
For Monday Night Football, we got the Eagles versus the Packers. For this game, it's in Lambeau Field. Monday Night Football.
Sheesh.
Bro, it's going to be an amazing game. The Packers, they need revenge. The Eagles, they beat us last season, then they beat us again in the playoffs. We cannot let this happen again. Matt LaFleur, you need to step it up. We just lost to the Panthers, Like, we lose to the Eagles this week, it's not gonna look good. Like, keep those Super Bowl hopes out of here, But for this one, Matt LaFleur, he's a little mad after last week, and he knows it's win now. This is a playoff level game right here, and not even that, but once it comes to playoffs, once it comes time for playoffs, this is a game where they're like, it's gonna become a tiebreaker. We know the Eagles are gonna put up lots of wins, and so are the Packers, and this is a very important game just for the NFC playoffs in general. For this game, give me Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. The Packers want to win this game. Rule number 1, stop that run game. Saquon Barkley went off for 150 yards, and Rico Dowdle put up 130 last week against the Packers. We stopped that run. We forced Jalen Hurts to throw the ball, and you got to basically force him to throw the ball under pressure. That's when Jalen Hurts has the worst, the worst games, And another thing is, Jordan Love has to throw the ball. Look, I know we got Josh Jacobs. I love Josh Jacobs. But when we play good ball, it's when Jordan Love is slinging that ball to Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs. Yeah, we don't have Tucker Kraft no more. So Luke Musgrave, he has to step up for this team. He really does. And another player, Matthew Golden. I know he ended up getting hurt last week, but hopefully he's able to play. For this game, look, the Packers just got to get their things together. Look, I don't know what it is. They've been having a couple they're not smashing on these teams, but this is a game where I know everyone's been kind of questioning the Packers, but this is the game where they make a statement, and I really hope they do. Give me the Packers. Go Pack, go.
Hey, this is gonna be an amazing game. Both teams I feel like offensively are pretty good, but the Packers did struggle against the Panthers last week, so I already know a lot of people are gonna go against the Packers. And the Eagles, coming off a bye week, they're nice and healthy. Saquon, he did have a groin injury, but he's still gonna play this week. Devontae Smith is still there. AJ Brown is pissed. He wants to play this game. He wants the ball, and Jalen Hurts is gonna give him the ball a lot. And it's up to the Packers defense just to stop him. And like you said, you got to stop the run. You couldn't stop Rico Dowdle. You got to stop Saquon, who's a way better running back. And the key to success for the Packers is stopping the run.
Yeah.
And then being able to throw the ball successfully.
Exactly.
If you can't run the ball at Josh Jacobs, throw it to someone. And we always know you guys have all wide receiver twos, so anyone can step up any week. But Jordan Love has to play really good football. And is he gonna be able to do that? He is, bro. Give me the Packers. Jordan Love, let me put on this cheese head. They're going to win this game. Hey, in Brazil, I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago, they lost to the Eagles. They want revenge. Definitely. They're like, hey, we didn't like what happened in Brazil. Now we're going to smack you guys in Lambeau Field. The Packers are going to win this game. Everyone doesn't have the Packers winning. They got the Eagles winning, but it's in Lambeau. It's nice and cold, and the Packers are going to win this game.
Yeah. One thing about the NFL is you can't base your pick off of last week. That's what we've been talking about.
This is a new week.
Yeah, it's a new week. And these coaches, they're hungry. These teams, they need a win. And the Packers are going to do exactly that.
Let's go. For our next segment, we got spreads of the week. For my spreads, I got the Ravens -4.5, the Bills -9.5, and the Patriots +2.5.
All right, hey, those are some great spreads. For my spreads, I got the Raiders +9.5, the Bears -3.5, and the Steelers -2.5.
And now for the best segment of the week, we got parlays of the week.
Let's go.
Hey, last week your parlay was pretty close.
Close.
We almost got 4 weeks in a row of one of our parlays hitting. But before that, 3 weeks in a row of our parlays hitting. So one of our parlays is gonna hit, and we guarantee that for you guys. So for my parlay, I got the Panthers, I got the Bills, and I got the Seahawks.
Hey, for my parlay, hey, I've been on fire, so listen up. For my parlay, I got the Buccaneers, the Ravens, and the Packers.
Sheesh.
Let's go. Let's cash out.
Let's cash out on these parlays. Thank you guys for watching another week of JandJPickEm. We really appreciate all your guys' support. We hit 5K subs last week, actually.
Yep.
That's a pretty good achievement for us. When we first started this channel, honestly, I didn't think we were going to get 5K.
We thought we were having 100.
But we got 5K because of you guys, and you guys have been giving us a bunch of views every week. And one more thing, I guarantee you guys we're going to get double-digit wins this week. If one of us doesn't get double-digit wins, I promise you I'll give one of you guys who comments down below $50. Go, I don't know, do whatever you want with those $50, but I'm going to tell you this. You guys ain't getting those $50 because we're getting double-digit wins this week.
Yep, we're both getting double-digit wins.
Yes, sir.
And one more thing, make sure you're following us on Instagram, JandJPickEm. That's where we make any changes to any of our picks due to any injuries or any other things like that. So make sure to follow us on there. This was Juan.
This was Josh.
And this was JandJPickEm.